I rely on shredded fall leaves for my garden mulch and to add nutrients to my garden. I'm going to show you how I collect leaves and shred them with my lawnmower and explain the benefits I've seen in my garden. I have a lot of unintentional help collecting leaves each fall. In our city, leaves are left in garbage bags by the curb to be picked up by the city and turned into compost. I could go buy this compost, but I'm not really sure what's in it, and I don't want to take my chances with herbicides from grass clippings or whatever else might be in there. So I cut out the middleman and collect the leaves myself. Sometimes I'll ask the homeowners, but I usually just poke the bags a bit to see if there are any big sticks in there. Since they're bagging it up to be composted in our community, I haven't found much garbage in the hundreds of bags I've collected over the years. I do watch out for walnut leaves because they contain juglone, which is natural weed killer, and I worry about what that would do to my garden plants. I don't mind using the occasional pine or spruce needles, as I've learned they don't actually make the soil acidic or hurt plant growth. I've found that it really helps to shred the leaves. Part of what makes gardening fun for me is to see how frugal I can be while doing it. If there's a free or nearly free way to make a beautiful garden and healthy food, I'm all about it. Thus, I don't have a leaf shredder, and I shred the leaves using my lawnmower. Even if I could afford a dedicated leaf shredder, I don't think I would buy one, because I like that the lawnmower has metal blades and doesn't leave little plastic pieces in the finished product. I also think it's faster, and involves less bending and lifting than if I had to throw leaves into a hopper. It would also take up a lot of space, and I like to pretend that I'm a minimalist. I spread the leaves out in a long, wide row so the mower doesn't get overloaded and stall out. If I have a lot of leaves, it's helpful to have a youngster rip open the bags and spread them as I go, though I found they get a little too excited about it and tend to spread too many bags at once. If I have a little helper, or a big helper, they can spread the leaves and rake up the shredded leaves into the long pile I keep next to the shredding bed. I take the bagger off the back so I can do multiple passes. I like using this method because I can get the leaves pretty fine compared to if I were to just suck them up into the lawnmower and dump them. I found that those kind of leaves actually work pretty well too, but I prefer a slightly finer grind. If the leaves are drier, they can get blown around much better inside the lawnmower and tend to shred finer and stress the motor less. But even pretty wet leaves get shredded pretty well, especially if you can fluff them up a bit with a rake and take another pass. It helps to keep the deck higher as well so the motor isn't overworked and the mower can suck things up better. What I'm showing here is how I've got the shredding bed set up. Right here in green is where I pile up the leaves. And I could pile them higher than this, but that's pretty high for my garden this year. And then here in the pink, I've got the shredding bed where I run over leaves with the lawnmower. So in that shredding bed, I try to make sure that the leaves don't get too deep because otherwise it just becomes too unwieldy for the lawnmower. And what I'll do is once I've got enough shredded leaves, I'll just rake them over into the tall bed, which you can see over there to the right. I like to shred my leaves for a number of reasons. Since they take up less space, I can fit more leaves in less space, and my plants get the benefit of more organic matter than if the leaves were whole. When shredded, the leaves don't form mats like unshredded leaves. They prevent weeds, keep the soil moisture and temperature more even, and they don't blow around as much as they would if they weren't shredded because they don't have enough surface area to catch the wind. Plants, like people, need their vitamins, and shredded leaves help to provide micronutrients the trees have sucked up from deep in the earth. I don't mix them in because I want to minimize soil disturbance, but by the end of summer, the leaves will be all but gone, eaten by the soil food web. Hopefully, you will get to see the garden improve year after year as I continue to apply this shredded leaf mulch. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions about my process, or if you think I could use some pointers to improve what I'm doing. A big part of why I have this YouTube channel is because I want to improve, and I'd love your free advice. See you in the garden.